Just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in Good Friday night to you, sports fans. Payday.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Green. Harden out there with Tyler Johnson. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. Offensive rebound, Jordan. And the pass to Green. Here's Harden on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Over McCollum. Jordan trying to free himself up. And he starts out with the miss in this one.
And Yusuf Nurkic missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Excellent D that time from Jones. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
And Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
McCollum outside. Jones trying to get open. They grab their own miss. McCollum kicks to Covington. McCollum outside. Misses the 3.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Johnson outside. To the inside. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And then Lillard slams it in.
But look at how quickly Lillard leaps out of transition. He wants to run down the throat of the D, burn him in the open floor.
Harden outside. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Johnson against Lillard. And yes, it's good. Lillard's got his second basket of the night. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. Johnson surveying the floor. On the wing, Harden.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of this. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Goes up at the stripe, and they pick up 2.
Oh, you better stick with Irvin. You can't allow him any separation in the pick and roll.
There's 1:17 left in the first. Here's Simons. He's covered by Irving. Right side, Jones. Inside. Here's Kanter. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And Then it starts to become a mental block. You start to think, oh man, I can't miss the next one.
It's Powell on the wing. There's the feed to Jones. Passes to Simons. Trailblazers keep it alive. He doesn't hit that one. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 1. Brown, good.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Count that one.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Irving surveying the floor. From 11 feet away, the shot missing. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Trailblazers. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked him.
I know that when the main guy,
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
So for Brooklyn now, Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin, and it's Luwawu in at the 3 spot. Outside Irving. Pass to Claxton. Over in the corner, Brown. Portland grabs the miss.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
That one drops for him. Simons has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Trailblazers. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Luwawu, the pass to Claxton. Here's Irving. The shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
The crowd didn't seem to faze them at all. They knew what their game plan was and followed it accordingly.
Here's Irving. Gets an open look and hits. Irving's got his second bucket of the night.
Torch from mid-range. I mean, that's almost unmatched. I mean, Irving is dead-eye from that range.
Pass to Canner. McCollum outside. For 3. Connects from three-point range. McCollum's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
they've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And a wide open look for Irving. Keeps it alive, and Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got his second basket.
He possesses an unending supply of energy. We've seen it over the years. Griffin is awesome at hitting the boards with force.
And a wide open look for McCollum, and another three for Portland.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yes, yeah, he can finish with either hand. He favors.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Jordan finds Johnson. Nets passing it around. Harris outside. And the Nets miss again.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Here is Lillard. He had 22 points in the win against the Heat in Miami.
And they kept fouling him. It only made him more aggressive. He wound up having a huge night at the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
Here's Harden. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Harden grabs the miss. Nets trail by 7. Here's Johnson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Anthony finds Nurkic. McCollum outside. And no good. Great D that time from Jordan. It's Harden with the drive. Anthony with the defensive effort.
And until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. It's a 5-point game. And here's Harris from the arc. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Portland's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And their last game, a tight win, and it was the success at the foul line that played a huge part in it, and he was probably the deciding factor.
A rapper off the court, a number 0 from the town, an elite point guard. He has plenty of personality. He's a fun guy to be around.
Johnson outside from downtown. What a play! Simply drains it in. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... Well, he's been an elite scorer for so long in the league. Jack, how does... And that'll do it.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Harden with it. Count it, and the foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And really, Harden is even dangerous when he's looking to score. Even when the defense gets physical with him, he takes the contact, he powers through it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
Lillard from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got 11 points.
With his ability to accelerate. Defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the three or risk the blow by.
The pass to Harden. Nurkic with the block. Outside, Jones to the paint. Here's Covington. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Green slams it in.
Yeah, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
And see, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Lillard scanning the floor. Here's McCollum. That shot off the mark. Good D by Harden. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And here's Harris from the arc. Green kicks to Harris. Lets it go with a 3. And the Nets another 3.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Lillard attacking. And the shot goes down. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
We're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
Johnson, the pass to Harden. Back to Johnson from outside the arc. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Cullum, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Brown finds Irving. Back to Brown. He tries for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this.
There's 1:38 left here in the third quarter. Griffin kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Passes it to Claxton. No good from Luwawu. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 1. Pass to Simons. 1:12 left in the third. Pass to Canner. And here's McCollum. Kept alive. That shot misses. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Brown's got the ball. Now here's Irving. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. And that one drops.
Almost impossible to stop on the drive at times. I mean, Irving's penetrating ability, just remarkable.
Here's Simons. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Cantor trying to free himself up. And it's Simons missing. The Nets have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Cantor against Irving. Down low. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I love seeing that kind of unselfishness. Irving has proven to be a sensational teammate.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Up top, Cantor. It's McCollum on the wing. Portland, no good that time either. Here's Brown. Can't get it to fall. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nets lead by 3 from Portland. We're back in a moment. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Brooklyn now, Green is out there with Griffin. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Brown in at the 2 guard. Nets leading by 5. On the wing, Green. Now Harden. From deep. The shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
And that one's good. Lillard.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Harden. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard from outside. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
No 3-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Harden outside. And here's Griffin in the corner. It's Harris. It's good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Lillard outside. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Harden outside. No good on the 3. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Anthony. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Brown. And the Trailblazers making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Harden the pass to Jordan. Irving with it. Dishes to Harden. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 5. Got it from 16 feet. And the Nets lead by 4.
Oh, man, you got to appreciate the poise of Irving. He's always composed, especially on important possessions.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decisions in these moments.
Harden scanning the floor. And the jam by Harden.
I mean, and these are the kinds of shots this team expects Harden to hit regularly. I mean, just such a talented offensive player.
Irving. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Outside Irving. A three-pointer, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. McCollum kicks to Covington. The pass to Lillard. Outside, Jones. Lillard against Irving. Lillard, the pass to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
What a calm player. I mean, Covington, even in high-stakes situations, he feels comfortable firing away.
Now here's Harden. Back to Irving. Harris passes to Irving. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three to fall.
Come on, Irving is a terrific clutch shooter. He welcomes any chance he can to sink these type of shots.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Lillard outside. Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. To the middle. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving's got the ball. No good on the triple. Here's Jones. The putback. Good.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. So the next starting five. We've got Tyler Johnson. Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubats in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Johnson. With COVID shortening the season and the schedule, Steve, being tinkered with, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
Kevin, I don't think so. When everything gets back to normal, I think we'll be at 82 games and start, like we usually do in October, September for games. I just think the NBA has done a fantastic job of being able to adapt to this situation.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. 2 points. That one goes.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Johnson kicks to Harris. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
And you know this, what you do on the backboard may not completely win or lose a game, but it can tip the scale in one team's favor.
Harden's shot is off.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
George passes to Zubats. Jordan against George. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Green, no luck.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Outside for Jackson. Pass to Zubats. Puts the move on. That one falls.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
The Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Green, lays it up off the glass.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now, here's George. They picked up 24 points in their last one against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
A beautiful pass to lead his teammate right to the hoop.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Shot from the wing. George with the bucket. George has got his second bucket tonight.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Now here is Harris. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Green with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Both teams will make substitutions. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Harden surveying the D. Passes it to Harris. Offline with his 3. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Now here's Leonard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Just 5 on the clock. From deep, George. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. On the wing, Harden. Pass to Irving. Up and in on the layup.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
The shot by George, wide open. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Nobody near Irving. And a miss there on the triple. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. George, that's a 2-pointer. Pulls up from the corner, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. George has got 6.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers ahead. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. They've got Griffin, Brown out there with Irving, and it's Claxton in at the center. Rondo finds Patterson. For the 3. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please, that's terrible.
Irving looking for an opening. But they get it back. Brown dishes to Irving. And the 3 off target. Clippers leading by 3. Mann passes to Patterson. Here's Mann. And the wide open shot from Morris. Off target with his 3. It's Brown with the drive. Griffin trying to get open, and it's Brown missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. Again, Irving missing.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Irving with the steal. Fast break, here they come. Here's Griffin. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
Blake leaves you speechless. His dunks are out of this world.
Irving against Rondo. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. Jackson against Johnson. Jackson passes to Zubac. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Jackson drives in, makes it off the glass. Jackson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Johnson, the pass to Brown. That's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Chiozza scanning the floor over Jackson. And again, it's the Nets missing. Clippers leading by 5. George dishes to Batum. It's George on the wing. He has 6. Again, Los Angeles.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
1:35 left here in the second. Brown drives in. Now the pass to Chiozza. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut to just 5 points on the basket from Brown.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Leonard draws the double. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Sweet move. And the call. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Clock at 4. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. The 3 from Harden. Jordan, it's good on the putback.
One of the great rebounders in this league. When Jordan does score, this is often how it happens.
In the corner, George with it. Jackson passes to Batum. Outside Leonard. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Now Harden. He's got 6. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. That's all for now. Say goodbye to...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from 3 and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. George passes to Zubac. A shot off that time. The Nets go the other way with it.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Harden with it. 6 points for him. Hits the target from 18 feet. Harden's got 8.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Jackson finds Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Harris outside. Launches a 3. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. Bruce Brown comes in for James Harden. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Tyler Johnson. Pass to Mann. Passes it to Oturu. Misses from short range. Nets trail by 6. Here's Irving. And finished off by Brown.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Here's Jackson. Sinks that one from the post. Jackson's got his second bucket.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Now, here's Kennard. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Pass to Oturu. The rebound by the Nets. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Irving finds Griffin. Puts it up from 15. Morris with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. Kennard on the wing. The 19-foot shot. That one rolling around and rims out. And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. Right side Irving. Down low. Claxton the pass to Griffin. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And as much as Griffin has worked on his perimeter game, this is where he makes his money, in the painted area.
Rondo against Irving. Rondo passes to Oturu. Up again, and it's put back up and in by Rondo. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Irving against Rondo. It counts, and the foul. It's on Rajon Rondo. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going, we've got Harden. Joe Harris is out there with Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the center. From deep, George. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Nets trail by 4. Here's Irving. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. And he lays it straight in. George has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Clippers.
So far, George's competitive play has worked well. He's getting just about everything to fall.
Irving for 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Harden against George. And then jammed down as he goes right over DeAndre Jordan.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Here's Harden. That one good for 2.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
And here's George for 3. George missing again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And another shot. The shot by Jordan, no good. Clippers leading by 3. Batum attacking, and he uses the glass on the layup. Batum's got his first 2 points of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Irving from long range. And the Nets, another 3.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
And here's Rondo. Inside, Zubats. And that one, good. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Harden the pass to Jordan. Shoots over Zubats. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Much like Marc Gasol, DeAndre was drafted as an unpolished second-round pick. Now one of the more impactful centers around.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Here's Leonard, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
Irving against Jackson. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Irving.
Kyrie has done it again. He loved the big shot and the big moment.
Jackson dishes to Batum. Jackson kicks to Batum. George looking over the floor. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. 1:44 left in the game. Here's Okuru. Nice move. And Jordan with the block.
Can't be careless when DeAndre is around. He slaps shots back with some real authority.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a 1-possession game.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Leonard. The pass to Okuru. On the clock. George, that's a 2-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets trail by 3. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Jackson finds Leonard. Outside, George nails the triple.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Harris outside. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harris, no good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Harden against George. Outside for Batum. Right side, Leonard. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Connects from downtown.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
Harden has a wide-open look. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
For me, I think the most proud was being able to invest in a women's soccer team that is going to be in LA. It's Angel City FC. And I think it's important to show other young girls that, you know, women.
Downtown Milwaukee is seated. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Green. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. And Jordan sends it back. Deflects the pass. To the paint. Harris trying to get free.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
Holiday with it. Last time out he had 13 points. It's stolen by Green. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's about as high percentage as it gets for DJ. Go to work, big man.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. On the league doors, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
Here is Harden following the basket by Chris Middleton. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Middleton on the wing, takes the 3. The rebound by Harden. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Irving passes to Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 4-point game. There's the lob into the Kumbo. It's stolen by Green. 3-on-3. Here's Irving. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Here's DiVincenzo. No good that time. Good work defensively by Harden.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Irving. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Bucks trail by 6. And here is Antetokounmpo. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Tips it up. And Harden on the follow. Harden's got his second basket of the game.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here's Tucker. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the first. Here's Harden. Headshot off. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, following the bucket by the Bucks. Claxton banked in off the glass.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Bucks trail by 10. Here is Forbes. No points in the game yet for him. And there's the pass to Middleton. Here's the teardrop. Clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. 13 feet away. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Brooklyn leading by 10. Johnson outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
In the corner, Middleton with it. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup. Middleton's got his second bucket of the night.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 10-point lead. And recently, on the subject of trash talking,
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of lift, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. They've got Griffin. Brown out there with Tyler Johnson. And it's Claxton in at the four-man position. Now here's Middleton. Coming off a stellar performance against Boston. And that one's good from Connaughton.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Johnson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to Tucker. Portis kicks to Middleton. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention. Right now, we're seeing more athletes willing to talk about mental challenges, be it depression or anxiety. And you know, Doris, the NBA is no exception. How encouraging do you find that?
Well, I think that whether NBA players or professional athletes in any sport know it or not, they are looked to as examples, as role models. And so I think everybody wins in this situation, Kevin. The players, the fans themselves, many of whom are dealing with the similar challenges. So, listen, life is not easy. Wherever you can get help, go and take it. I love this initiative from the NBA. Well, Brook Lopez demonstrating his abilities as a passer. This is a team player with very unselfish instincts.
Irving against Holiday. Outside Irving. Over Lopez. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's Giannis. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Giannis throws it down.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
Irving against Holiday. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Irving drives in, and it's good for 2. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
Well, it looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the second.
A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Now Irving, 6 points for him. And foul on the shot, he'll shoot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Antetokounmpo. DiVincenzo against Harden. Passes it to Claxton. He kicks it to Jordan. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Irving. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, the key there is Kyrie Irving did a great job setting up his defender on the pick and roll, and it led to the score.
Here's Giannis, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Green, he's checked in for the Nets. The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the evening. Free throw good. Giannis.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Now here's Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Jordan's shot is off. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Harden against DiVincenzo. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Green against Antetokounmpo. And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Holiday. DiVincenzo against Harden. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And we finished one half of basketball. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have a nice 7-point lead. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Here's Giannis trying to get open as Lopez. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Antetokounmpo. DiVincenzo against Harden. Here's Jordan out to Harris on the wing. Johnson. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night.
What a big-time step this guy has taken. Points per game, defensive focus. Tyler Johnson is growing and growing.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
For 3, Harris. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
On the wing, Giannis. Guarded by Green. Antetokounmpo looking it over. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now here's Harden. 6 points for him. The feed to Jordan. Back to Harden. They kick it out to Green. Johnson up top. Antetokounmpo defending. Green, no luck. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. They trail by 9 points. Green with the rebound. Nets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Harden the pass to Harris. Outside, Green. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Harden. No good that time. Great D that time from Middleton. Fast break, Milwaukee. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Holiday, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut back down to single digits on a much-needed basket there from Holiday. Now here's Harden. Not a lot of room. To the inside. Stolen by Tucker. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Portis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here is Holiday. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
Great speed and tricks on the drive. Holiday excels at putting defenses in those compromising positions.
Luwawu is checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for James Harden. Nets leading by 7. Now here is Irving. 8 points for him. There's 37 seconds left in the third. Luwawu, the pass to Irving. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got 10.
The cleverness, the fearlessness. Kyrie Irving outstanding at finding spots inside to capitalize from.
Holiday attacking. Basket good.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong. And by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Outside Irving. Off target. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets lead by 7. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Keep driving it. Get to the free throw.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Bucks trail by 7. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Harris is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the center position. Now here is Holiday. That's tipped. Harris looking it over. And slam dunk by Harris.
I'll tell you, more than just a shooter, Joe Harris has the ability to put it on the deck and get to the cup.
Here's Holiday. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense there from Irving. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Milwaukee making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Nets leading by 9. Harden outside. Irving against Holiday. Outside Irving. Outside for Jordan. 16 feet away. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez comes in for Portis. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for P.J. Tucker. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Holiday attacking. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, credit Holiday for getting to the line on that one. With his quickness and length, I'd like to see him do that more often.
Both free throws good from Holiday. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And Holiday, here we go. Can't cash in from close range.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
And the basket is good. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are the guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible, and I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Pass to Holiday. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Now here is Irving. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
How easily scoring comes for Kyrie Irving. So intelligent, such a good decision maker.
Here's Antetokounmpo. The rebound by the Nets. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Jordan. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Harden outside. Lets it fly from 18. The offensive rebound. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 11.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
Middleton right side. There's the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And here's Harden following the 3-pointer by Chris Middleton. Harden against DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. And Harden wide open. He shoots. The shot will not fall. The Bucks go the other way with it. Middleton the pass to Holiday. Middleton outside. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Brooklyn leading by 8. Shot from 12. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nets.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
An even 3-on-3 break. For 3, Middleton. Lopez passes to Middleton. From deep. No good. Shot missing. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. How is it?
Well, guys, I'm very...
You certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for the Nets, Green is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Johnson, then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. That one from long range. Well, we saw a play-in game during the 2020 season in the bubble. Brent, do you want to see more of that going forward?
I think it's pretty exciting, Kevin, to have everything on the line like that, where it's win or go home. And it's a little bit earlier than we're used to, but man, was that exciting last year. I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Lillard, right side, to the middle. From the arc. The rebound by Harden. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. Johnson. And he banks in the layup.
He tried to stay in front of Tyler Johnson, but he's a superb athlete, and that time sprints past the defense to get to the bucket.
Lillard surveying the D. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 5 now.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile 1 block?
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Here's Lillard. He had 22 points in the win against Miami.
Well, what helps that out a lot is he got to the free throw line, which was a real game changer. It slowed down the opposition's momentum and made them play to his team style.
And Covington, maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now here's Lillard. He has 5. He dishes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The 3. Lillard again missing.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Off target from outside. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's McCollum. That shot no good. Good work defensively by Harden. Harris outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Johnson finds Harden.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look. He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And Green gets it to go.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
They double team McCollum. The shot by Lillard wide open. Poked loose. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. Taking a look at Brooklyn, holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far.
And right now for Brooklyn, got to be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
Harden can't hit.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Nurkic. He kicks it to Covington. Back to Nurkic. To end the cold streak. And it's good on the way in.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
41 seconds left in the first quarter. Harden against Powell.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Here's McCollum. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
A lot of questions in the early part of C.J. McCollum's career about could he become a valuable scorer in the league and really what position would he play. But after being the 10th overall pick in 2013, he's answered those questions.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Trailblazers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Irving. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. Here's Brown. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 2. And we'll be back with you right after this. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays so grounded despite all
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough place.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
They've got Griffin. Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Pass to Llewellyn. Kicks it to Griffin. There's the pass to Irving. Fires from deep. Rebound by Anthony.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's McCollum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, I like how McCollum sells the shot. He doesn't do anything to speed it up. He makes it look like the repetitive motion that draws the defender in.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Irving looking over the floor. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
Here's Simons, covered by Irving. And it's Simons missing. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
The failure to make shots on a consistent basis, that's going to put you behind the 8 ball all night.
Well, the defense against them had a little something to do with it, but you still got to go out there. You got to find a way to get good looks. You got to keep working the system, and quite frankly, they just couldn't do that.
The Nets making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Portland also making some changes. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Harden the pass to Irving. Three-pointer. And Cantor pulls it down. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against Miami. And it's sent back by Irving. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Damian Lillard.
His assist numbers in the past 5 games have gone in the wrong direction. He's been out of sync with his teammates, sort of playing on an island instead of as part of a 5-man unit.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris is checked in for Brown. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Irving.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. For 3, Harris. And it's rebounded by Covington. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Powell kicks to Nurkic. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Johnson outside. Outside, Green. Dishes it to Harden. 5 on the clock. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Here's Lillard, and it's blocked by Jordan. And they're able to recover. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Now Harden, 8 points for him. Top of the key, Harris. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Trailblazers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all total. Three-pointer, Lillard hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Pass to Harris, back to Harden. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
He got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And all right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back and no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq... And that'll do it for our...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Here's Lillard. Over Irving. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got the first basket of the second half here for Portland.
Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain
you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed, so effective on the drive.
Irving against Lillard. The dish to Nurkic. Covington passes to Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Harden's shot is off.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
McCollum, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. And it's sent back by Lillard. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. Brown finds Irving. How the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. Just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
Brown down low. He's guarded by McCollum. Outside Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. That one goes. Count it. Green's got 6 in the quarter.
So good at knowing when to shoot and when to pass off the screen. Kyrie Irving dictating the defense that time.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read. Calls his own number and then sends it home.
Pass to Green. Back to Irving. He dishes it to Brown. Irving with the ball. Now Covington defending.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
McCollum kicks to Covington. 52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Simons. He's covered by Irving. Green with the block. And it's out of bounds to Portland. Will retain possession. And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Irving. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in. So for the Trailblazers, Norman Powell comes in for McCollum. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Passes it to Claxton. That's tipped. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. James Harden. He's checked in for Bruce Brown. 24 with Harden. Then there's Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the 4. And here's Harden for 3. No good on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Kicks it out to Lillard. And there's the pass to Nurkic. And there it is for him. Nurkic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, Nurkic is so big, does a great job, and fends off the defense on his way to the score.
Here's Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Anthony.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Harris is checked in for the Nets. Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And here is Johnson. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Powell for 3. Offensive rebound.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Now here's Harden. Portland grabs the miss. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
This one for 3. Drops in the tray. Harden's got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range. Even from way downtown, this guy is a threat to score.
Here's Lillard. Yep, that one goes in there. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Harden, that's good.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Lillard with it. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. And Griffin sends it back. And the shot goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 9. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Harden bounce pass. Griffin kicks to Johnson. Anthony against Harris. Shoots the 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now Lillard. 1:06 left in the 4th quarter. From past the arc. Buries it from 3-point range. And it's a 12-point Portland lead.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Trailblazers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Damian Lillard.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Timeout called the Nets. They're behind by 10. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stop.
Now, just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
So the Trailblazers win it. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never...
Diamond. There's a lot going on this season, with mysterious markets, exclusive rewards, and special Easter eggs hidden throughout the mode and on social media.
Speaking of which, head to NBA 2K_my team on Twitter, and you'll be able to participate in the Galaxy Opal tournament. We need your help to vote 16 players down to 1. And at the end of the tournament,
the activity in front of the Brooklyn Nets. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 5. And for the Nets, we've got Green. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Inside, here's Green. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Here's Jackson, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Jackson kicks to Batum. And he banks in the layup.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Irving passes to Jordan. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Nets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
We know he's one of the best offensive players in the league. What I've seen lately from Kyrie is an improvement in his focus on the defensive end.
And the Nets making a change here. Brown's checked in, and Jordan gets it to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Outside for George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
The homecoming for Paul George. Playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now here's Brown. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Utah Jazz.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle. He brought energy. And he brought it on the glass.
Here is Harden. 6 to shoot. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker they would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
So for the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a switch here. Man's checked in. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Rondo dishes to Leonard. Fires, high post. No good off the back of the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Harris outside. Back to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
On up the court. Rondo's shot is good.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Harden the pass to Jordan, and they double up Jordan. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Rondo. Here's Jordan. Outside, Green. Got a hand on it.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
He dishes it to Leonard. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Now here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Outside Irving. From the stripe. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Slithering off the pick and roll, Kyrie makes the right decision to keep it himself.
Rondo against Irving. Nice shot by Rondo. Rondo's got his second basket.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Harden inside the three-point line, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. At the end of one, a closely contested game. So. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
Down out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Luwawu in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Mann. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
He owned the glass in that one, too. No one could put a body on him.
Now here's Rondo. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4.
And the strength of Rondo finishing through contact.
Irving finds Brown. Back to Irving. The 3-ball. The rebound by Patterson. The Clippers trail. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
And here is Brown. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Nets passing it around. Claxton Claxton with the bucket.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Now, here's Kennard. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Griffin. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now it's a 3-point Nets lead.
He's a hard guy to knock off balance. Blake Griffin taking the hit and staying in rhythm.
Here's Rondo. An easy 2 points on the layup. Rondo's got 8. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Now, here's Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
We've seen Kennard steadily increase his 3-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
Jackson against Johnson. Outside Irving. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back. Tremendous box out. I love how he bodied up, held his ground. Textbook. Old school rebound.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Jackson. That one's not going to go. The Nets go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Now, here is George. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Good on the bucket. Irving's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
Out in transition, Kyrie finds his spot down the court. Finishes the job.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. Irving's got 14.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And it was one of those games where it was just hard to get anything going. And you could see frustrations emerge.
But hey, a win is a win. Sometimes you're not going to play your best, so you have to just gut it out, right?
Now Harris. Paul George missing from long range. 5 to shoot. From deep, Johnson. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers trail by 6.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
Irving with the ball. Fires for 3. What a performance for Kyrie Irving.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 14 points and 1 steal. He's been a different player than he was their last outing when he was off his game. He's rounded back into form tonight. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half? And that's...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Rajon Rondo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Oturu in at the 5. Rondo passes to Oturu. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Oturu's got his first bucket in this one. Nets leading by 5. Johnson outside. Here's Green over Morris. And Green gets it to go.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
So it's the Clippers now. Now here's Rondo. He's got 8. Here's Morris.
Oh, did you see that? Boy, Rondo's a handful in pick and roll sets. Always finds the right angle.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Johnson, the pass to Harden. Again, the Nets for 2.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Clippers trail by 7. And the pass to Coffey. Kennard against Harden. Passes to Oturu over Jordan. And the shot is long. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Beyond the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Rondo can't get it to go. Nets leading by 7. Harris drives in. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now Rondo. Morris kicks to Rondo. To the paint. Here's Oturu.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Johnson dishes to Green. Harden outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now just a 4-point Nets lead. Harden outside. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Feeds it to Jordan. Misses in close. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Morris. Pass to Coffey. And a lot of contact on that one. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Here's Irving. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. They host the 76ers after this game.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Outside Irving. Luwawu, the pass to Irving. Outside for Griffin. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. George looking over the floor. Here's Jackson.
The 7-foot wingspan of Reggie Jackson makes him a bigger player inside. Helps him draw fouls.
It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Irving with a clean look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Irving's got 17.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Here's George. 6 points for him. Inside. Here's Zubac. Outside for George. And here's Leonard from 3. 3/4 of play in a close game here. It's the Nets up by 3. And
in the gym trying to work my free throw.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And it's the Clippers with the ball. They trail by 3. We've got Irving. He's out there with Harden. Griffin is out there with Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Left side, Brown. Here is Harden. Batum grabs the miss.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
And here's George for 3. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Harden the pass to Irving. Brown outside. Down low, Irving with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
George finds Leonard. George against Irving. Lets it fly. George passes to Patterson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Nets leading by 3. Harden outside. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. The kick out to Irving. Harden outside. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Clippers trail by 3. Outside, George. And they're unable to get the time basket there.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
George against Irving. Pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. The pass to Claxton. Puts it up from 15. He can't get that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. George against Irving. To tie it up. George, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Leonard attacking. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Irving finds Griffin. Back to Irving. Harden with it. Stolen by Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
This is what the team needs from Jackson. Leadership when the game heats up.
The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Irving looking over the floor. Over George. Claxton controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 1. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
In matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just given away.
So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. And it's Green in for Nicholas Claxton. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. And here's Harden. 5 on the clock.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Money!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Irving finds Harden. To the inside. Yes!
Well, what I want to know, where is the communication defensively?
It's been that way all night. Each team just trying to outscore the other.
And here's George for 3. Good! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
And really, on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch.
Leonard with the ball. Here's Zubac. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And looking at the Nets, we've got Green, Harden out there with Irving, then it's Jordan, and it's Harris in at the small forward. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Here's Holiday. Lopez left side. Clock at 6. Middleton against Harris. It's stolen by Green. And a wide open look for Irving. It's good from long range. Irving's got his second basket of the night. And expect some fireworks tonight, Clark. These teams can really light it up.
Well, you've got top scorers on both teams, Kevin, and when you have that, you know the numbers are going to be produced. I think it makes it hard to decide how you're going to defend potent offensive players. What kind of game plan are you going to employ defensively that gives you a chance to slow down excellent scores?
Here is Harden after Drew Holiday's score. Harden left side. Here's Jordan. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's Middleton coming off a stellar performance against Boston.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Middleton with the block. They retain possession. And good that time. Irving's got 7 points.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Green against Giannis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Harris outside. On the wing, Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. To the middle. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Holiday, here we go. Middleton on the wing. Guarded by Harris. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Harris against Middleton. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, I tell you what, Middleton getting his hands dirty inside on the glass. We know he can shoot it from outside, but inside points are bonus.
Now, here is Harden. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And here's Harris from the arc. That one misses. And Milwaukee the other way now. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Giannis up top, guarded by Green. And Giannis gets it to go.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Back to Harden. To halt the run. And again, it's the Nets missing. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Giannis passes to Holiday. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Giannis inside. He's against Green, and Giannis gets it to go.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Irving from long range. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got... some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bucks.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
We've got Tyler Johnson. Luwawu is out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown, and it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Johnson kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Back to Johnson. Now the pass to Claxton. The rebound by the Bucks. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Here's Giannis. And another basket for Milwaukee.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Johnson outside. That 3 off the mark. Bucks leading by 5. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Forbes. And it's off from 3-point range. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Griffin. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Griffin's got his first points of the night.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That's his first foul. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Left side, Portis for 3. Middleton sinks the 3-pointer. Middleton's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bucks.
Oh, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his, pure as white-driven snow.
Here's Luwawu. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Nets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Inside, and finished off by Griffin.
Oh, my word. I shouldn't be amazed anymore when Griffin pulls off a dunk like that, but I always seem to be. The man has some unreal moves above the rim.
Forbes the pass to Portis. Here's Middleton. Portis trying to free himself. Shot's good by Middleton. And it's 9 points for Chris Middleton.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Luwawu. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And here at the midway point of the year, lots of guys banged up, Clark. Is it hard to decide when to play through and then maybe not to play, when to sit?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, Kevin. And a lot of times it's about pain tolerance, the severity of the injury. Is it something that you can play with that won't linger on and you don't have the possibility of further injury? Those are the factors that go into playing hurt or playing in pain.
Back to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates too.
There's 1:38 left in the second quarter. Johnson, the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Holiday against Johnson. With the tip, it's good on the putback. Tucker's got his first 2 points.
P.J. Tucker always active on the boards and doesn't give the defense a chance to box him out.
Here's Llewellyn. 14 points from him the last game against Utah.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Holiday against Johnson, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Irving kicks to Harden. And a lot of contact on that one. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the calls...
Oh my goodness! That was special. How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving, and he's got his first free throw of the game.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Yeah, it wasn't his best performance at all from the stripe. He's got to put it behind him, and I know he'd like to immediate. And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
For three, Harris. And that one is off. And so it's Milwaukee.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 16. That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the center filling out the middle. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days, and as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
And here is Antetokounmpo, 18 points for him. Right side Holiday, pass to DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Bucks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Johnson outside. Passes it to Jordan. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Middleton. Good work there as it goes.
You know, Harris loves to shoot it outside, but I like seeing him capitalize from there, too.
And so on to Antetokounmpo looking over it. Harris against Middleton. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Nets trail by 3. Harris with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Middleton with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Here's Connaughton, and he gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
On the wing, Harris. Feeds it to Jordan. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And Giannis throws it down.
I'll tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
Here's Harden, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. Brown is checked in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Tyler Johnson.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Now Irving. 7 points in the game. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That is his first foul of the game. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
A difficult cover on the break. Tucker can beat you both squaring up and at the rim.
The 3 from Harden. Rebound, Milwaukee. Portis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Brown against Middleton. Shoots over Brown. From 13. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And now it's an 8-point Bucks lead.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Harden finds Griffin. Now here's Harden. He's guarded closely.
You know, Harden is a remarkable talent, especially offensively. A versatile scorer who really is unstoppable once he gets going.
And Connaughton has it in the corner. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And it's denied.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Irving from long range. Rebounded by the Bucks. Middleton looking it over. 1 second left, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Middleton's jump shot so pure. I mean, he's a dynamic scorer who's outstanding shooting the basketball.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. 13 points up at the end of... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Kyrie Irving. Griffin is out there with Brown, and it's Claxton in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now, here's Tucker. It's deflected. Irving with the steal, and he makes that one. Chioza's got his first points of the game.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin leading the charge. Irving, good.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Holiday goes in. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Bucks lead by 13.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Irving. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good. Absolutely, virtually impossible.
And Holiday, here we go. 8 feet away, and Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by Holiday.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Irving looking over the floor. That doesn't go, but he's 5 for 11.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Nets trail by 13. Finished off the break. Here's Holiday. Middleton on the wing. Takes a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
1 triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
Irving against DiVincenzo. Second chance shot. Claxton no good. Bucks leading by 14. Here's Middleton. It's stolen by Brown. Outside Irving. No good with the triple. The Bucks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. That one goes in. DiVincenzo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Here's Irving. The shot that time not on target. Great D that time from Middleton. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Bucks lead by 19.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Milwaukee's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bucks.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
Giannis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Harden, no good.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Off target with the open look.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
The shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around. No good from outside. And the wide open shot from Green. Misses there. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just...
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That